On June 30th, 2024, Bill 44, also known as small-scale multi-unit housing, or what we refer to in this video as the new Multiplex, came into effect to alleviate the housing crisis across cities in BC. With this in mind, we have created a series of YouTube videos covering this update. We started with the R1-1 changes from the City of Vancouver, the R1 Multiplex update from the City of Burnaby, and the Multiplex adaptation from the City of Surrey. Today, we will focus on the Multiplex adaptation from the City of Port Moody. In this video, similar to our coverage of other cities, we will discuss the key changes in Port Moody's Multiplex adaptation and explore potential housing configurations that you can implement on your lot. Let's get started. Okay, now, here are some of the important information we got. First, we have the zoning. Lots zoned under these zonings are eligible for multiplex adaptation in the City of Port Moody. Additionally, the city has given residents the option to conform their property to the new multiplex updates or to use the old bylaw. I think this is a great move by the city, as it provides options for people. This might also be because the new bylaw needed to be finished urgently, and there wasn't enough time for more public hearings. Next, we have the lot area. Just like other cities, any average lot are eligible to make up to 4 units unless if the lot is located nearby frequent transit-oriented areas, then you can go build up to 6 units. Then, we have the floor area ratio, or what we call FAR. Despite provincial guidelines recommending its removal, the City of Port Moody has opted to keep the floor area ratio, FAR, to manage utility consumption. This decision includes relaxed regulations, maintaining a consistent FAR across all zoning districts. Initially set at 0.7 for 3 dwelling units, it increases by 0.1 per additional unit, maxing out at 1.0 for 6 units. For instance, with 3 dwelling units, our FAR would be 0.8. Now, let's move on to the building height. Building height will vary depending on how many units you want to have. For example, if you want to build 4 units on your lot, your structure can go up to a maximum of 10.5 meters. I personally recommend making full use of the maximum height so that you can have higher ceilings, which provide more comfort and freedom for the users. Then we have the lot coverage. If you're planning to build 4 dwelling units, the maximum lot coverage you can have is 45%. But if you want to at least make 5 to 6 units, it can go up to 50% lot coverage. Lastly, we have the parking requirements. For example, if you plan to have 4 dwelling units, the minimum parking requirement is 2 slots. Additionally, if your property is near a frequent bus stop, you can entirely omit the need for parking slots. This is excellent news for those looking to maximize their lot use, as parking requirements could otherwise impose limitations. However, if I were designing 4 dwelling units, I would still include at least 1 parking slot per unit for people's comfort. In addition, the city has provided sample parking configurations you can implement on your lot. With that information in mind, let's see what different house configurations we can make on your property. Now, what are the different house configurations you can build on your lot? There are multiple ways to construct your house on a multiplex zone lot. The City of Port Moody has outlined various configurations that are possible on your property. These options include single-family homes with accessory buildings, cottage courts, and houseplexes. This flexibility aims to accommodate different housing needs and preferences within the community. With this in mind, we will showcase some potential lot configurations that you can implement. The graphics and information provided here are sourced from the City of Port Moody's Council meeting on multiplex housing. First, we have a duplex plus 2 cottage houses on a single lot, totaling 4 units. As you can see, this type of housing was well thought out to fully utilize the space on an irregular lot. The site area is approximately 8,750 square feet. Within FAR of 0.8 for 4 dwelling units, we calculate our FAR value by multiplying 8,750 square feet by 0.8, giving us 7,000 square feet. To fully utilize this FAR, each of the 4 dwelling units can use up to 1,750 square feet. Next, we have a 4-unit rowhouse. This time, the site area is smaller at 6,000 square feet on a rectangular lot. To maximize space, the designer chose a rowhouse layout. Units not facing the street will have entrances via a dedicated side pathway. The computation will be similar to the last example, but with the smaller lot size, each unit is expected to have a reduced FAR. That's it for lots accommodating up to 4 units. However, if you're planning on having 5 to 6 units, the city still offers housing configurations that can possibly be built on your site. Remember, 5 to 6 units can only be built in areas near frequent transit. First, we have a duplex and triplex with a total of 5 units. Compared to the very first sample, this lot is smaller at 7,800 square feet, but can still accommodate 5 dwelling units. It's important to note that this lot has a rectangular shape, which makes it easier to design compared to an irregular lot. With 5 dwelling units, we'll have an FAR of 0.9. Why is that? Initially, 3 units are set at 0.7 FAR, with an increase of 0.1 per additional unit. In our case, having 5 units adds 0.2 to the base FAR of 0.7, totaling 0.9 FAR. Each unit in this configuration, aside from Unit 1 with 1,800 square feet, is set to have a maximum FAR of 1,300 square feet. Next, we have 6 row housing units. Now, we have 6 units on a single lot. The lot size is the same as the previous one, but the designer managed to add 6 units because the lot has lane access at the back. This allows all parking slots to be placed at the rear of units 4, 5, and 6. For the FAR, it goes up to 1.0 since we now have 6 units on a single lot. Lastly, we have 6 rowhouse units, all attached together. This configuration is similar to the last one, but locates the units differently on the lot. It offers a larger impermeable area, which is better for the environment. This multiplex update is a game changer for housing in the city. The configurations I presented are just samples. You can choose different types. If you have a lot in Port Moody and want to build a multiplex, we offer 30-minute free consultations. If you liked this video, please like and subscribe to help us produce more content. Thank you, and see you in the next one.